Hello, I'm Cassie Knoll. This week on Suncoast FYI, Coastal Gardens Landscape Services, the latest from the VanWezel, and Revive Salon is coming to Sarasota Square Mall. All next on Suncoast FYI. Thanks for joining us today on Suncoast FYI. As a landscape architect, Jim Towery uses his extensive knowledge to produce beautiful designs with his company, Coastal Gardens Landscape Services. He joins me now to tell us more. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you, Cassie.
I have looked at the pictures of the designs that you have done, and they are just absolutely gorgeous, and they seem to really incorporate a Florida style to them too. So tell me about your background. How did you get into this?
Well, I grew up in Michigan, and a nice summer job I had. I got familiar with the gardening end of the business and decided that was what I was going to make as my career. Went on to Michigan State, got my degree in landscape architecture, and first thing I did after I graduated is move straight to Florida. And
Figured we had better landscaping than Michigan could handle?
Better landscape and definitely better weather.
Yeah.
So when I came to Florida, I started in Palm Beach County, and I had a great experience. It kind of separated me, I guess, a little bit from a lot of the landscape architects, in that I started working for a landscape contractor right out of college. And he put me in propagation for a couple months, so I'd learn from the ground up how to grow plants. And then he put me in the field working with the crews for a while. So it was probably 4 months into my first job before I ever got an opportunity to really do any design. So I really had a chance to really get very familiar with the plant materials, the soils, the climate, and it really helped me a lot. It really helped me along as far as having a really good feel for design build. Later on in my career, I worked for a large golf course community in Palm Beach County. And with that, my job entitled not only design and meeting with the homeowners, but also operating a 40-acre tree farm.
Wow.
So I was the manager of that, and I've since been involved with 2 other tree farms, large tree farms. So I've got kind of a vast experience of all phases of landscape. So from all those experiences, it's made it very easy for me to feel very comfortable being hands-on my designs and my jobs.
Well, I was going to say, besides having the artistic ability to create beautiful designs, you also know how to make the plants survive in those designs, which I'm sure as the owners of the house, they really appreciate that they don't just get a beautiful property and then they can't maintain it.
Right. Yeah, and the problem is that a lot of times the designer completes the design, hands it over to the homeowner or the builder, developer, client, and passes it on and doesn't have a whole lot of involvement. And from my past experiences, it's really important to be involved with the project, not only from the design, but all the way through to being involved with the maintenance of the project, even if it's as a consultant. Because what happens is, many times I've done a design and go back a year later to try to take some photos of the job, and it's been run down, the maintenance has been poor, the plant materials are deteriorating, and you just walk away, wishing that things had gone along a little better, and typically you don't even take any pictures of the job.
Yeah.
So that's why we decided this year that we were going to get back into the build part of the business. And with that, we've, now we're a lot more hands-on. We project manage our jobs, and we do try to see the job through all the way to the point of coming back a year, 2 years after the job, and inspect the job and represent to the client what the intent was design-wise from the very beginning.
Yeah, because a lot of times you're probably having to teach them, because they've got this beautiful design, they don't know how to take care of it or who should take care of it or what they should be doing.
Right, yeah, and what happens is a lot of times with design, design intent, you start off with a plant that may be 5 feet tall, 6 feet tall, but your envision is how's it going to look when it's 10 feet tall?
Yeah.
So you have to go in, and the nice thing is to come in, and I'm a big believer in hand trimming everything.
Uh-huh.
The power trimmers, for hedges, cut all the blooms off and everything else, and it's just not what I like. So I like to be involved in showing the client and their maintenance contractor, if I'm working as a consultant, how to trim and how to get the perfect shape for that plant, 2 and 3 and 4 years downstream.
Which again, just maintains the beautiful design that you've already done, which as a landscape architect, I was gonna ask you, do they offer that major at Michigan State? Is that a specific thing, or did you put that together?
Well, it's kind of funny. Michigan State and most colleges, when you go to school for landscape architecture, they teach you a little bit of every different phase of landscape architecture, but never really focus on any one area. So, once you get out on your own, you graduate, you kind of pick your focus. You could pick parks, you could pick residential estate design, master planning, golf course design. There's a lot of different ways you can go. And my focus was on design build all along because I really want to be and wanted to be hands-on with my work.
Which you actually are so good at what you do that you were actually featured here on the cover of Real Exclusive magazine. And so tell me a little bit about that.
Well, this is a great opportunity with Real Exclusive magazine. We got a nice cover article on there, and it just coincides. It's perfect timing because we're just launching our website. So with both of those combined, one of the things that we did at the beginning of this year is we brought my wife into the business, and she handles all of the business development and all of the office procedures, which frees me up to do what I really like to do, is meet with the clients, be involved with the design, and be involved with the project management of the project.
Sounds like a nice little team effort you guys got going on there.
It really is. It's
and your
working out
company,
well.
just to clarify, your company is not brand new. You guys have been around for a while.
Yeah, I've had the Coastal Gardens Landscape Services since 1989, but it's mostly been design. A little bit of design build at one time. I think what happened is when we had the housing recession back in 2007, I focused more on just design because I was doing a lot of travel, doing design in Miami and Fort Lauderdale and West Palm, here in Tampa. So I just focused on more just design. But in the past year, we decided to go back into the build part of it, really focus on getting these jobs where they're not only just a nice concept and a nice design, but follow through so that it's really the end result is what we were all looking for.
And so, I mean, you've sold me on your product and the pictures that I've already seen. So tell me, what is the website that people can go to get in contact with you?
The website is www.cglsdesign.com.
All right, well, definitely go check it out. And thank you again for coming in today. It was nice to have you
My
here.
pleasure. Very nice meeting you.
And next on Suncoast FYI, we'll have all the latest news from the VanWezel, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Suncoast FYI. I'm Cassie Knoll. The VanWezel Performing Arts Hall will be presenting a broad spectrum of the world's finest performing artists during their upcoming season. And here to tell us more is Executive Director Mary Bensel. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me back. This is great.
I'm glad to have you back because last time was so exciting. And
Yeah.
now, because we're getting closer and closer. So let's start. Tell me about the upcoming season.
Well, we're announcing over 80 shows, and by the time we finish, it'll be 90 shows because I have a few more still to come. But we have Book of Mormon went on sale last Monday, and it's already sold over 52% of the tickets. So that's kind of amazing. And so we have everything, something for everybody, from comedians to Broadway musicals to opera to dance. And a lot of we were talking earlier about some really popular shows that are on television right now.
Yeah, so You Think You Can Dance is one of them. I check in on that show every once in a while. See what's going on.
And they're amazing, these kids that come. You should just see how young they look up close, but they're so fantastic.
Gosh, I just cannot get over the skill that they have. And some of them aren't even trained. And they just do these amazing, so jealous.
Me too.
And then also you have America's Got Talent.
I know, and that's all over television. I see Howard Stern all the time, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Again, amazing. And those are just the popular shows for people that maybe aren't so into the arts, and then you kind of see these shows.
Well, and Dancing with the Stars is coming. That's just starting its season, so it'll be here in January, so that'll be after this run ends. So that should be great fun.
That's another one of my favorites. Monday nights, I'm always checking it out.
Right.
You also have comedic acts like Craig Ferguson coming on, used to host The Late Late Show.
Yeah, and Carrot Top and Brian Reagan and Billy Gardell from Mike and Molly. So there's a huge lineup. Lisa Lampanelli, the Queen of Mean, and I'm going to be out of town when she's here, and I would have loved to have seen that show. D.L. Hughley, a lot of great comedians. Something to make you laugh at the VanWezel.
Which, I mean, I'm sure that's easy to do when you're.
It is.
You've got such great acts coming in. You have your classic music acts like Hall & Oates and Kenny G.
Kenny G. Well, I'm from the Philadelphia area, so for Hall & Oates to come and Patti LaBelle, it's like old home week for me. But Hall & Oates went on sale earlier this year, and if you want a ticket, you better get them now because they are doing amazingly well. And Miss Patti is just I'm just a fan. And then you have Vince.
She was on Dancing with the Stars.
She was. She wasn't the best, but she
had a good time.
Oh my God, she was so full of life and so full of energy. But we also have Vince Gill and Lyle Lovett coming together, and I hear this show is fantastic because the camaraderie between the two guys is just fantastic. So it'll be different from any other time you've seen these guys in concert.
And these are all the musicians that we're talking about here.
Yes.
You also have, especially once we get closer to the holidays, You have the Christmas Carol, classic. You also have the Moscow Ballet, the Nutcracker.
Yes, and of course we said Kenny G, and then Dave Koz always kicks off the holiday season for me. And this year he's bringing Bill Medley with him from the Righteous Brothers, as well as Candy Duffler, and just a great positive show. And we also have Cirque Holidays and an Irish Christmas show, and so the holidays is a good place to be at the VanWezel. It's all decorated up beautifully, and so it really puts me in the spirit.
And it gives you a lot of options for different things. If you want to go with a ballet like the Nutcracker, you can do that.
You can
if
do
you
that.
want to go to something a little bit more maybe lighthearted like the Producers, you
Oh
can
yeah,
go see that too.
absolutely, because the Producers is on December 30th, and then on New Year's Eve we have the 10 Tenors. And these are 10 or 12 gorgeous guys from Australia. And they, well, obviously it's not 12 because it's the 10 Tenors, but it's just a fabulous show for New Year's Eve. And it starts early, and then you can go party afterwards. So there really is something for everybody, you know. And then of course we have a huge lineup of Broadway shows, and then classical music with Josh Bell. And if you like the movies Fantasia, we're going to have the Czechoslovakian.
Beauty and the Beast.
And Beauty and the Beast, of course. And Beauty and the Beast actually opens the season of Broadway shows. The first show of the season is John Cleese and Eric Idle, and then Rick Springfield. You know, my teen heartthrob days are coming right up. You know, October 15th, I just saw him in a movie with Meryl Streep. So just a lot of shows, and it's something you can also sit on the bay, have a cocktail, have dinner, see the beautiful sunsets, and then go in and have the show. So it's really a fantastic way to have an evening.
It's an experience.
It is.
All around.
It is an experience. And then we have some fun theme shows like the Australian Bee Gees shows and the McCartney years, and shows about all sorts of performers. So, you know, it's something, we also do a great educational program for kids. We have Kids Night at the theater where you have a parent can bring a kid for free.
Oh, wow.
And then get to meet the star afterwards. So lots of special things like that.
And all of this is on your website, obviously. Because
Yes, it is.
Because you
It's
guys
all
have
on the website.
a ton of information.
And of course, we just sent out over 100,000 brochures, and on sale for most of the shows is September the 12th. And you can either buy them online, or you can, and that's www.vanwezel.org, or call our box office 953-3368, or come in person, because the first day we'll have radio stations out there and food, and you know, try to entertain the people and have a great time. So this is the kickoff of the year, and it's always like Christmas for me.
I would say I can tell how excited you are
I
about
am.
it, and you get me very excited about it.
Good.
And just from looking on the website, all the options of things to do. So again, when can people start buying tickets?
September 12th, but I would recommend if you want to get a jump on this, join our email club. If you go on our website, the email club gets invited one day early to come and buy tickets on a pre-sale. So that's a great way to go and skip the lines.
And especially if you know there's a show that you want to see and it's probably a very popular one,
Yep.
you should definitely get a jump on it.
You should, because I'll be honest, last year almost, half the shows sold out. So it's really fantastic, the support of Sarasota. So I really recommend doing it early, because we have some big names still to be announced. Our gala hasn't been announced yet. And then we were talking about a couple of weeks ago, Renee Fleming coming with the Sarasota Orchestra. So there's something for everyone.
And again, what was the website one more time?
Yes, www.vanwezel.org. And it's a great way to get tickets online, so you don't have to stand in line. You can do it in your pajamas.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Well, thank you again for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
Very exciting season coming up.
Oh, thank you very much, and I hope to have more to announce shortly in the future.
Yeah, keep that secret.
I will.
Keep that secret. And coming up on Suncoast FYI, a new salon will be opening this weekend at Sarasota Square Mall. We'll have the details next, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Suncoast FYI. I'm Cassie Knoll. Revive Salon will be opening this weekend on the Suncoast. And here to tell us more about the French-inspired design are Michael Thomas and Jen Kubiak. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you very much.
All right, so let's talk about this, because there's actually more to the name than just Revive Salon. I can't pronounce it, so share with us what the rest of the name is.
Okay, Revive Salon de Coiffeur.
And what does that mean?
That stands for House of Hairdressers, or excuse me, Salon of Hairdressers is what that means.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have a French background? Is this why you?
Personally, I don't. I know a young Frenchman who's actually in school where I went to school at, and we were just talking about the salon one day, and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, that would sound great if it was called Salon de Coiffeur." I said, "I like that. That sounds very elegant."
It is.
So
That's
we're gonna
exactly
take
the word
that.
I was going to say. It's very, very elegant name, even though I can't pronounce it properly. So what separates you from other salons in Sarasota?
Well, the salon itself, I've taken the last 3 months to put the salon together, as far as bringing something to Sarasota that I haven't seen personally in Sarasota. What makes it different? First off, we're going to start when you walk in. On the left-hand side, we have a full wine bar for all of our patrons when they come in. You have a selection of 14 different wines that we've hand-selected so that you're never left without a good decision.
Yeah, good option for you.
Yeah, you always have one. Along with the decor inside, we include many pieces, artwork, as well as statues that are there. We wanted you to kind of leave the country without having a passport, basically.
Oh, that's so cool.
So it gives a nice vibe to the whole place and a vibe for the client to relax and come in and leave the outside where it is and come in and, don't go back until you're done.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
Thank
It really
you.
does sound like you would be stepping into another whole world when you go in there.
Basically.
So tell us about this exclusive color and product line that you guys carry.
Well, the color line, it's an Italian color line. So we've not just taken you
Mixing
to
and matching
yeah,
here.
that's right. Now we haven't just taken you to
Whole
France.
European.
We bring you back also to Italy. So we're taking you all around the country, basically. And the color itself is a very exclusive color to our salon only. It's us and I believe it's one or two other salons in Texas throughout the world that carries the color. So when you do come in, you will have a custom color built specifically for you. The stylist will design it for you, and no one else can copy that unless you go to Texas. But other than that,
Why go to Texas when you could go right here
you're
to Revive Salon?
right down the street.
And you
That's
guys are
what we
opening
do.
again tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow,
At
yes.
Sarasota Square Mall?
12 o'clock, we will be cutting the ribbon. We're calling it Cupcakes and Champagne. So once we cut the ribbon, I give my little 30-second speech. We'll have glasses of champagne around to whoever's there, and then cupcakes also.
Oh, that's so sweet.
we
You
try
guys
to do
really are
stuff.
thinking through the whole experience of the customer coming in. You're
Trying
not just
to.
being like,
Absolutely.
haircut and get out.
That's
It's
right.
like, it's a lot more to
Enjoy
it.
the whole time.
It's an experience.
I was going to ask though, like what services are you guys going to be offering?
Everything from blow dries to haircuts, a lot of color services as well, so two-dimensional color. We do have the French technique of balayage.
What's that?
It's like a hand-painted highlight.
Oh.
So it's very in right now. Can also do like an ombre. So yeah, a lot of
Extensions.
different extensions as
Yeah,
well.
she's the master at that.
She's like, I got
awesome.
this.
Yeah.
That's really cool. How did you get interested in the hair business to start with?
Well, I was a personal trainer first,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a class one day, and I actually met my wife there
Mm-hmm.
at the class that I was having. She's been a hairdresser for the last 17 years, so the economy turned, and the first thing people get rid of is their personal trainer, any extras that
Yeah.
are there. So I decided once that happened that I would figure out a way that I could never be affected by the economy turn wherever it went. And I've always liked clippers. I wondered what the little arm on the side does and everything. So I said, well, I might as well try it out and see, because I'm an I like to draw. So
Yeah.
it was something that I thought could coincide together.
Yeah.
And then I went to hair school, and I loved it from there, and
Wow.
it was just on from there.
That is quite a transition.
It is.
From being physical with a personal trainer to the more artistic side of
It
being
is.
a hair stylist.
But I get to take I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut
No,
you
you're
off.
good.
But I can now take a person from the inside and outside. So from head to toe, they're all good.
Wow.
That's
Are you
it.
thinking about adding like maybe a little gym workout thing on the side of
Maybe you
your
might throw it in the back. Got a couple
Staff
rooms
meetings.
back there.
come to the gym, work out a little bit, get your hair done at the salon,
That's it.
have a little
That's
glass
it.
of wine. That's probably not good after your workout. So
Depends.
speaking of the future plans for your salon, what do you have in the future for the salon?
What we do, we're inside the mall,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of where I'd like to keep the salon. So we're trying to work with Westfield now and maybe other mall branches and include the salon into the mall. We want to make it a destination spot wherever we go. So if you're come for vacation, you should come in to Revive, even if it's just to say hi, because it's a spot you need to go to.
Yeah.
And then also what I do with the salon itself is within the stylists that I have inside of there, I'm trying to build them now to understand how to run a salon from the inside out, so they can go out and promote their own salon. They can have their own thing going, which it's a part of Revive, but yet it's them critiquing it or putting it to the way that works for them the best. And I don't want them to just work with me or for me. I
Yeah.
want them to be able to have their own, and we can all work together.
That is a really cool thing.
Best Boss Award.
That's really cool. That's so good for the future of your employees as well.
Right.
It's very nice of you. It's very nice of you.
Thank you.
So I'm assuming that on the first day you guys are opening again tomorrow. Do you have appointments still open for tomorrow?
We have a few. We start actually doing service around 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
It gives us a little time in between. We're going to do a mall walkthrough. So 1 o'clock is when it'll start. But we do have a few left. Nails we won't be doing that day. We're going to have a person there kind of just, displaying the nail
Yeah.
work. But we will take hair appointments
Okay.
that day, yes.
And if people want more information about Revive Salon de
Coiffeur.
where can they go for that information? What is your website?
It's rsclife.com.
Okay.
Or they could also do revivesalonsarasota.com as well.
And they can actually book those appointments on the website, or at least find the information of how to book the
You
appointments
can,
on there too.
you can. If you look in the website, just for anyone who goes on the website, there's a picture of a woman with red hair, nice, beautiful red hair.
Yeah.
You can click that anywhere on the website. It'll actually take you to our booking site, and everyone has their own schedule. You'll be able to pick the scheduled time that they have available, and you never have to call the salon if you don't want to. We would like to hear from you,
Yeah.
but you don't have to if you don't want to.
Very cool. Sounds like you guys offer an option for everyone, a little oasis out of life
There we
coming
go.
to your beautiful Revive Salon. So I wish you the best of luck tomorrow with your grand opening.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming on the show today.
We appreciate you.
much.
Thank you very much.
And stay tuned to Suncoast FYI. We'll be right back. That's our show for today, and thanks so much for joining us. If you would like to promote your business or event on Suncoast FYI, we would love to hear from you. Just call our sales department at 941-361-4223. I'm Cassie Knopf, and we'll see you next Friday on Suncoast FYI.